everybody, welcome back to Talk with Naya. So we have to talk about Latto and Nicki Minaj, okay? So fans are calling out Latto for copying Nicki Minaj's lyrics in her songs. Let me play you the clips.
Anger in the bed, lady in the street, but a freak hoe in the bed. Chop up, lay my head, lady in the streets, but a freak hoe in the bed. The beat to me, I'm in that wham bam, verbal lamb, damn, been a band. I'm in that wham bam, brand new lamb, pull up, hop out, shut it down.
So it's getting messy still with Nicki Minaj and Latto, and it seems that their beef is not really dying down, okay? But what do you think about the comparisons of the lyrics, all right? I was like, oh my gosh, how crazy is that? Especially since they just got into that whole back and forth situation. Now, speaking of Nicki Minaj, she has collabed with NBA YoungBoy on his new album, and they did a song together called I Admit. Have you listened to it? What do you think of the song? All right. Now, let's move on to Lizzo. So Lizzo addresses people, and she basically says that she just makes her music, play her shows, and connects with who she connects with after people speculated that her friendship with Harry Styles is for PR. So a picture of them dropped together, they were hanging out, and people were accusing their friendship of just being for PR. Lizzo says to leave her out of the conspiracies, okay? And she just wants to make her music, all right? So they got to leave Lizzo alone. Now, let's get back to talking about Normani, because we talked about Normani a lot yesterday. Now, Brandy actually came out and confirmed that she worked with Normani on her debut album and hopes that she keeps some of the things that they worked on together. But Brandy also says she knows that sometimes it's out of the artist's control. So isn't that interesting that Brandy and Normani have songs together? I would die to hear that. I think they would sound so great on a song together. So that would be great if Normani could, have one of those songs be on her debut album, especially since we talked about yesterday, she has 2 to 3 albums worth of music. I mean, how do you pick what's going to be on that album if you have so much content? But I would love to see Brandy and Normani collab. I would love to listen to that song. All right, so let's move on to Halle, and she is performing the Little Mermaid song, okay, and she slays. Let me play you this clip.
Wish I could be part of that one.
So I can't wait to see her in this movie. Remember, it's coming out next year, May 26th. So everybody get ready to support her. You know she had to deal with a lot of backlash as being the Little Mermaid, okay? So I can't wait for her to drop this movie. She sounds absolutely amazing. Now let's move on to SZA. All right, so Spotify releases SZA's song T-Shirt by mistake and then removes it. Did anybody get to listen to the song before they removed it, okay? So we know that SZA's album is coming, all right, it's done. But to have Spotify release that song by mistake, what is going on behind the scenes? I mean, there was supposed to be something that dropped, a song that dropped, but she was like picky about the video. We had talked about that before, and I played y'all a clip of that before. But like, oh my gosh, SZA, that's a huge thing to happen. I would be pissed off if I was her. So what is going on behind the scenes? When is the song dropping? Now, I wanted to take out some time to say happy 27th birthday to Doja Cat, okay? We all know that Doja Cat is killing it. I can't wait for her to drop her next album, okay? Because Doja Cat's Planet Her is amazing, and she's been just breaking so many barriers. She's been accomplishing so much just off this album alone. I can't wait to see what she has next for us. Now, let's move on to Quavo and Takeoff. So Quavo and Takeoff, we talked about this before. They went on Drink Champs and they did an interview, right? Okay, they was asked if they would do a versus battle as the Migos. They was asked to do a versus battle if they would do it as the Migos, all 3 of them. And Takeoff said if the check was right, they do it. But they were also asked, who would they pick, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
Nicki or Cardi B? Not me, y'all. This is mad. I'm taking a shot. These sinister shit,
I'm gonna say Nicki.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say the same thing though. That's crazy.
They said they would pick Nicki Minaj, okay? Now, this is very interesting because we all know that there was so much drama between Nicki and Cardi, especially when Motorsport came out. Okay, there's so much, I'm sure, that happened behind the scenes that we aren't even privy to. So for them to openly say that they would pick Nicki over Cardi, how messy of Drink Champs to ask him that question, okay? How messy. Because they know, being that they hesitated, being that they waited mad long to say that answer, they know that that's going to cause some issues, even though there's already a rift between Quavo Takeoff and then Offset. Okay? So that was messy. All right? What do you guys think about that whole situation? Now, let's talk about Fivio Foreign. So we talked about him yesterday, and he had a performance at the Brooklyn Nets basketball game at halftime, and he was completely off with the sound. Okay? Now, he did an interview after this, and he addressed the situation, and he said it wasn't his fault, and he wants a do-over. He said that it wasn't his production team. He did the sound check, and everything was good at sound check. He said that the production team belongs to the Barclays, and he said he did have an inner earpiece in, but it was lower than the crowd noise. But let me play you what he said.
As you know, we ran the story. A lot of people were judging this performance from yesterday. We did the halftime show. What went wrong? I mean, you've done this song a lot of times.
Yeah, nah. What it is. That's not really my production team. You know what I'm saying? I was a different team I don't really use all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that shit started sounding weird. I did the sound check. Shit was good at sound check.
So what do you guys think about that whole situation? And I said this yesterday, it shouldn't have happened. I feel like it was such an easy fix. It shouldn't have happened. And I really felt bad for him. I still do. So I wish they could have prevented that whole situation. But, he said it happened to him before. So he's got to really fix that issue because he can't be out here embarrassing himself. When he got songs out here that people actually like, you got to have good performances because that's what people remember. Especially it's all over social media. I felt really bad for him. But that is all I have for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good weekend. Bye.